So I received some more lovely books in the mail from some of my friends for my birthday still, and I'm starting off by reading Summer by Edith Wharton, which so far has been a really lovely sort of coming-of-age love story. Okay, I'm going to do some writing. I'm feeling extremely inspired and I just want to get down to my novel. Since I've been reading Edith Wharton's Summer, and also since I've been listening to the Literary Life podcast series on An Experiment in Criticism by C.S. Lewis, I almost have my hands on that book and I'm really pumped to read through it and share that with you guys. But I've been listening to their thoughts on the podcast about it, and it's just been so good about why do we read, what the reading experience should be like, and man, I just want to write a novel that readers could have a literary experience through. Yeah, and just a story that people can fall in love with and gain new perspective by, and, be challenged in their understanding of the world. Yeah, anyways, I really want to write that novel. I don't know if I'm capable of it at this point, but I have been thinking a lot about this project, Project Verily, that I've been working on. So I'm going to sit down and just see what I can do this afternoon. Okay, I know I don't look very cute right now, but I just have to say, today has been a rare day. It's been one of those days where I've just been hit with inspiration all day long, where the thoughts keep flowing and coming together, thinking about why I read, thinking about the purpose of reading, thinking about the purpose of studying history, thinking about the novel that I'm writing, thinking about how I want to teach my students to read and study history, and why I want them to do it and what I want them to see through these things. I've been overwhelmed with just such good thoughts all day. And this is such a high. This doesn't come often. I think it's because I've had so much time alone today, and I've taken several good walks, and I've just been reading and writing, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. There's no words to describe this. If you've had something like this, you know exactly what I'm feeling right now, and it's just ecstatic. It's so good. So I made myself a bowl of ice cream, Moose Tracks, of course, and I'm going to get right back to my novel. Okay, I just came home with a most exciting stack of books that I'm borrowing from my school, mainly about how to read, how to be a good reader. Yeah, literally just that, how to read a book. So let me show you these guys. So first up, How to Read a Book, The Classic Guide to Intelligent Reading by Mortimer Adler and Charles Van Mortimer Adler is one of those really famous guys in the classical education movement. So I am excited to get into this one. An Experiment in Criticism by C.S. Lewis. Been dying to get my hands on this. The Discarded Image, An Introduction to Medieval and Renaissance Literature. Oh, beautiful. And Studies in Words by C.S. Lewis. So just some light summer reading here. I'm hoping to use these books to prepare really good intro lectures for my students for when we enter. Yeah, literally a year of reading together. So at the beginning of the school year, we sit down and we say, okay, what does it actually mean to read a book? What are we doing here? So, yeah. It's funny because most of the time when I vlog, I'm vlogging myself at home or at a cafe where things are quiet and peaceful and I'm sort of just doing work in my own head. But actually, the majority of my day is like complete chaos at school, especially now in June. These last few weeks of school are absolutely insane in terms of planning graduation, writing speeches, finishing up assignments, planning exams, marking exams, writing report cards, all the things. Yeah, I've been at school a lot longer than I typically am this month. Anyways, yeah, I just think it's funny that the contrast between my videos of my home life where it looks like, oh, my life is really peaceful and restful. It's not, it really isn't. And that's okay. I am really enjoying the busyness of this month and sort of the anticipation of summertime and the end of the school year. Okay, I just said a lot and realized I wasn't even filming, so I'll try my best to repeat what I just said. I was saying that despite all the busyness, I'm actually really enjoying this month of June and sort of the anticipation of the summer and the end of the school year and next school year. I just got my teaching assignment for next year, and I will again be teaching a lot of really great history and literature courses in the upper school, grades 9, 10, and 11. So I'm super pumped about that. And I'm also really looking forward to, once grad, report cards, all these things are behind me, traveling to the UK and getting my fill of the University of Edinburgh and the University of Oxford, and sort of being in these UK academic settings and also just traveling around in the countryside. Looking forward to relaxing by the coast with a good book with Zach and just spending quality time together with him. I think that's going to be busy in its own way as well, but also restful. So yeah, I'm pumped about that. There is something very exhilarating about the month of June and all the changes and the wrapping up of things. And yeah, it's been great. It's been really nice to actually clean out my classroom and take down a lot of my decor because I'll be switching classrooms next year and setting up a new classroom and just cleaning things and organizing things, getting my students to help me with that. Also, it's been fantastic to see some of their final projects. They've been doing all sorts of things for my courses, creating timelines, writing essays. One student literally wrote me a whole novel, the story of a soldier of Rome entering the Middle Ages, and it's like a 3-part story. I read through parts 1 and 2 today, and part 3 is coming one of these days, and it's fantastic. This kid is beyond what you would expect to see at a grade 8 level. His skill, his knowledge, his wisdom, his maturity is just very, very impressive. And so yeah, he just wrote me an entire novel as his final assignment, and it's fantastic. I'm reading through it and I'm like, wow. And I call myself a writer. I don't think I could have done this in grade 8. So yeah, just lots of exciting things like that, all sort of coming together at this time. It's been really, really good. I'm tired, but it's been really, really good. We have some relatives from Holland visiting, and they brought us this adorable little duck air plant yesterday. He's just the cutest thing ever. I love him. It's always a fun day when I receive a letter in the mail. This is from my pen pal, Christy, who I actually met through this channel, which is very exciting. So I am pumped to open this up and go through this letter. It's so relaxing to just take your time with a piece of writing like this, work through it, write out your own response, add little details, stickers, and things. I just find that it really slows me down and makes me think carefully and just sort of process some things that I typically don't even have the time to process, and answer questions that I don't always answer in my own mind, that kind of thing. So I absolutely love communicating with Christy. If you're watching this, a kindred spirit. I just think that's so cool. Morning, guys. I just got out of the shower, so I don't look the best right now. But I just wanted to have a quick chat about books and about reading and about sort of where I see my channel going. So after reading An Experiment in Criticism, and I made a video on it, so if you haven't watched that, go check that out on my channel. I've just been thinking a lot about, okay, what kind of a channel do I want to have? Am I this person who reviews books and passes criticism on them and tells people whether to read them or not, pretending that I have some sort of expertise or perfect understanding of a book, and like I have the right to really, pass judgment on a book or even speak to it. I don't think I've ever claimed to be an expert on my channel. Like, I go around acting like I'm an English major. I'm not. I'm a history major. I'm not a classics major. I haven't studied literature in the academy to the extent that some other people have. Yeah, I'm a historian, but I love literature more than anything. And it's just that love of literature that I've tried to bring into my channel to inspire other people to read, to show that I try to read good books and I don't always understand them fully. I don't always love them right away. And it takes time and it takes work, and reading is a skill that we have to build up. And so, I really hope that I haven't portrayed myself as this person who has it all together, who knows how to read really well, who gets a classic first try, who gets everything about it on the fifth try. Like, I'm not. I'm definitely not, but it's the love of reading that I want to inspire people towards, and I want people to pick up books like I do and give them a read, even if that read is imperfect. Anyways, I've just been thinking about this because once in a while I get a comment on one of like my older videos where I'm sitting down to talk about some classic book, like a Dostoevsky novel, and people will just be like, no, you read this wrong, this is incorrect, and be sort of unkind or snooty about it sometimes. Like, there's a kind way, there's an uplifting way, there's an upbuilding way to correct someone who's maybe misunderstood what an author has said. And thankfully, so many of you do that. If I'm not seeing something that's there, we'll just be like, hey, what about this? And there's a really nice way to do it that is good for everybody, that doesn't make someone feel like an idiot, but just that they've missed something, and it's okay to miss things and make mistakes. We all do it. Those comments are sort of hard because I'm like, here I literally started this YouTube channel because I loved books and I wanted to talk about books, and I didn't have enough opportunities to do that in my real life with the people around me. That's why I wanted to start something online. And so that's what I did. I made videos about books that I loved and I cared about and I was interested in, and put them out there. And I was just a humble girl just trying to say something and have a conversation. So it's hard when you get comments from people who try to make you feel like you don't have a right to read a book or speak on a book. I mean, who gets to define who has a right to speak on a book? And I do think there shouldn't be misinformation out there, or, and people do take bad interpretations of a book or completely misconstrue what a book is. And that's not good. But at the same time, if someone does that accidentally, I think we should approach it with humility and kindness and try to guide them towards the reality of what an author intended a book to be or what a book is, versus just being really snobbish about it. I'm just sort of rambling right now because those comments always make me think and make me feel like, oh no, do I need to take down my whole channel now because someone called me out for a mistake that I made? Because it's embarrassing, it's humiliating. But I think the proper response for me is to say, you know what? I can take criticism. I should be able to be called out for mistakes because I will make them, and I do make them, because I'm not perfect and I'm not an expert, and I am just someone who's trying to cultivate a literary life and there's going to be some bumps on the road. Yeah, I think that's the attitude that I need to take. And of course, always try to do better. Always try to, as C.S. Lewis says, just open myself to the book. Try to see it for what it is as a piece of art. Try to understand the logos behind it, what the author is communicating, and try to represent it to the world rightly and invite other people in to read it as well. So that's my goal. That's what I want my channel to be about. Not about, passing criticism or judgment or pretending that I have the final say on anything, because I definitely don't. So yeah, that's my ramble. Thanks for listening. Zach and I finally finished Great Expectations last night. We've been reading it on the road whenever we drive somewhere together, and it's been months. It's taken us months to get through it, but I am so glad we got through it, and it is truly a wonderful and a delightful read, and I would highly recommend it. I'm hoping to read A Tale of Two Cities next, as our next driving around read. One of the things about living in Canada is that we drive a lot. We have family an hour away that we see once a week. We drive, half an hour to get to church, half an hour to get to some of our friends. It's just a lot of driving in life. But the time is not wasted when you are reading a good book and you can discuss it together, make sense of it together, and enjoy it together. I think my plan for the rest of the morning is to get through all the creative assignments and essays that I need to mark. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.